Hi, this video is a summary of my RetroChallenge 2015 project, web server for the 128K Macintosh. This is MPW shell that I use to compile the program. It is sort of a mix between a command line and a document, and I just wanted to show you guys around here. So this is the command I use to compile my program. It runs a makefile in the background. It just opens a makefile and builds the program. Since I've already built it, it's all cached, so it's no problem. It doesn't go through the complete build. There's a couple interesting functions that I've been using to keep track of the memory size of my code segments within the program. One is this dump code function, and you can see the various segments that I've created to store the code in. I ended up having to break a lot of the code that takes the PPP connection up and down into a separate segment so that I could unload it once the PPP connection comes up to free up all the extra the memory that I wouldn't need. What's great about this system is there's also a pretty advanced shell scripting, so you can do a lot of things on the automatically. So this will mount a disk image for me, and once it mounts, it will copy over the built program, and then it ejects the disk image. That way I can use the disk image in a program like Mini VMac, a virtual Macintosh emulator. Here's the image here that it loaded. One problem with Mini VMac is it doesn't have serial ports. They don't connect to anything. But I made some edits to Mini VMac source code based on somebody else's project that allows sort of virtual serial ports to connect to the host computer, which is a Macintosh running Mac OS 10.4. So here's the program that it loaded on there, and I'm going to run it, and it's creating a connection. Oh, I forgot to slow it down, or else it can't make the connection. So I just slowed it down. Let's run it again. So now it's at normal speed, it can make the connection. These are the PPP phase changes up to the network phase, and there's the network addresses. So everything connected great the first time, and within a few seconds the web server should come up. And there it is. That's the web server running. If you go to a random page, it'll show a 404 error page, and all it's doing is loading. I'm opening the disk image back in Mac OS 10.4 while it's running in Mini VMac, which is probably not a good idea, but it's got an index page and a 404 page that it has to choose from when it's running. But you could add other pages. So it's able to serve them, and it works pretty well, and it's pretty quick. I wanted to show you also, this is an old system version, so there's not a shutdown function in that. You can eject and then just quit Mini VMac. I also want to show it running on a virtual Macintosh 128K, which I had to use some special Mini VMac compile options to run, and it's using the original 64K ROMs that were original to the Macintosh 128K computer. So this is system 1.1, Finder 1, there it is, version 1.1. And the iconic mountain scene of the original Finder. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. I keep getting this error. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think the stack might be getting a little bit big. And oh, I forgot to slow this one down too. So it'll alert me in a second. Oh, it worked. Okay. No, it's stuck. It says it's stuck at phase 7. I'll try again, see if it connects. That might take a couple times, but it usually works the first time if it's at the right speed. So I'll just run it again here. There we go. It loaded right up. So this is within 128K, and let's see, the web server hasn't come up yet. It takes a couple seconds for the web server to turn on after it frees up some of the memory of the PPP server, and there it is. It came up. So. And this is the problem with the Macintosh 128K, because I've taken all the code for bringing up PPP, bringing PPP up and down, the point-to-point protocol that creates the serial connection for the TCP/IP stack. Since I put it all in a separate code segment, and I unload that code segment once everything comes up, I don't have any of the code left in memory to tell the program that the connection is coming down. So when the connection comes down, it's unable to load that code segment into memory, and I get a segment loader error right here. Basically, there's not enough memory to load the code segment again. That doesn't happen with a Macintosh with more memory, because it's just able to reload the segment without a problem. So unfortunately, that's the one hang up with the Macintosh 128K. But I think it's a pretty good compromise, considering it is a web server, and it probably, in normal use, won't be going up and down very often. So that's it. That's my project. I tested it on the hardware of a Macintosh SE and my original Macintosh 128K that's been upgraded to 512K, and it works great on both of those using serial ports, the serial port connection to a USB connector to the G4 that's running Mac OS 10.4. But I had hoped to make some changes to that Mac 512K to make it a 128K again, but I just ran out of time. So I'm sure somebody out there can test it out on an original Macintosh and have their very own web server up and running. And as you can see, it's down now since we put Mini VMac. So anyway, that's it.